Stop getting in your own way in 2025. I beg you, please, please. So, the one thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is that you need to stop getting in your own way in 2025, because there is a whole world out there waiting for you to live, to succeed, to enjoy it, and to really just prosper. And one of the main takeaways that I took from the truth is there are many things that we can control in our lives, but there are also a lot of things that we cannot control. We can't control the way that others react, we can't control the weather, we can't control our surroundings at times. The one thing that we can have control over is how we react to things. So if you're reacting in a way where it's like, you know, dealing with problems and feeling as though there's no solution for that problem, that's definitely one of the worst places to put yourself in. It's almost like this Eight of Swords energy, if you know what tarot pull is. But I also put up a picture of what I'm talking about, of kind of being in your own way of success, whereas though you feel as though everything has to be set in stone right then and there, as opposed to going with the flow of life. Sometimes in life, a lot of the time, especially recently, for me personally, has been the theme of having things seeming as though they're going wrong and they're about to go wrong, but somehow at the last second, that last buzzer, right before the buzzer, everything just goes right and just falls into place. And now I'm not saying that you should compare yourself to me or anybody else for that matter of fact. Look at your own self and say, when have I had a time when, maybe things have gone wrong or seemingly to gone wrong and they've always worked out? Think of it. Every single bad day or issues that you've had, they have not been there to defeat you. You're still kicking, you're still breathing. Those things are there just to be either something that you learn from, grow from, or it's going to turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. And with that being said, part of the things that we can control also is how fast we're going in life, how fast we recover, and staying true to ourselves, really. Um, really having a good pace in life, whether it be in business or in school or just learning or just existing, just existing, having that pace to get up when the going gets tough. Getting up when things are tough is a thing that not a lot of people have, which is resilience. Resilience, and having resilience and being a resilient person is quite possibly one of the biggest things that creates success. If you are a resilient person, you can get up when you've fallen, and you can, clink dust off your knees or whatever and just keep going. That's probably one of the most and best things. So resilience and in keeping up with the pace. Some people, they don't even they're stronger. You're stronger than you think, really, with that. So having that right attitude to continue on in life is also a part of, doing all of this, having the right attitude, having the right mindset too. And it's easier said than done. I would say a lot of the times it's like, oh, I can't get these thoughts away from me. Or, oh, this one said this one and this is in my head. It's like, damn. And it's like everybody totally gets it. It's like we're living the same experience as human beings, but we're all constantly in this state of horrible individuality where it's like everybody feels as though that they are like Eve. Like you feel like you're the only person that's going through one thing, and then you turn around, talk to this one, and they're like, me too, girl. And I'm like, oh, you too? And I'm like, yeah, you too. And it's just like this whole yeah, it's human experience, I would say, of everybody having I wouldn't say it's human experience. I would say it's just, that's what community is, but it's also, you're not alone in a lot of things when you really stand up. And the attitude that you see things with. In my last video, I made an analogy about the man who is looking for a car jack, and his attitude towards life, and how that situation took him into a thought spiral that wasn't positive for him. So if you haven't seen that video, just check it out. But yeah, it's real. In terms of your attitude makes your life. So, if you're expecting things to go right, they're gonna go amazing. And if you're expecting things to go wrong, they gonna go down. They gonna go down, girl. They'll go all the way down. And really differentiating between, your good attitude and your bad attitude, and going from there, really. And these are all facts for, sales, business, whatever. And yeah. So I'm just going to share some things that you should always remember, especially while you're going on this journey. I'll probably leave you with 3 tidbits from my notes. Number 1 is to never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day, okay? They happen every day. And keeping yourself constantly outside of your comfort zone is the best way of understanding and relating to people, actually. Because if you're constantly like in your house, you're in that, room that you be in, stinking up, and some people call it rotting, whatever. If you're constantly inside, you're not really talking to people. Of course, you're going to have, these, whatever it is that you're going through. Leaving that comfort zone of being uncomfortable, you really never know where the road will take you if you take the road that is less traveled, and that road is not comfortable at all. Of, maybe you'll be the first one in your family to do this. You'll be the first one in, to do that. And it's just like some people breaking, generational curses out here, man. You don't know. Some people's life is their purpose here and now is like totally different from yours. So, you know, understanding that road and being, as good as, not even as good, but being as the best person and showing up as your best self as you can, that's the road you should be on. That makes you feel uncomfortable, but also is less traveled, and hopefully, all roads lead to Rome anyways, so you'll figure it out. And this is the almost the whole theme of the video, which is getting out your own way in 2025, or just in the future in general. Like, getting out of your own way is so important. And the best way to really do that is to get away from the energy of shame. I can pull up a whole chart here in terms of consciousness level that I just found this past week, and it really shows you about shame and how shame is the worst of the emotions, and how it tries to encapsulate a lot of people's lives. Shame is definitely something that controls a lot of the population. I won't even say population. Shame is what controls a lot of people. A lot of people are shamed into doing things that they don't want to do. And that's basically what a lot of cultures, not necessarily Western culture. Western culture is very much fear-based. But yeah, don't waste time groveling and thinking and, stuck on the past, because the past is something that you really cannot change, and that leads you not necessarily into the right place that you want to be. Because 9 times out of 10, the past happened because something that you was thinking about in the past, that happened in the past, that you didn't have no control over, really, and that you perceived as something that was, in a way where you felt as though you were slighted, or things didn't go your way. It's like, wow. But, going back to the point, which is, some things that don't necessarily seemingly goes our way is actually going our way. And it sometimes, most of the time, works out when you have that nice, good, positive attitude, as, basically putting your best foot forward. Even if you remain like Switzerland, like super neutral. Neutral is better than wasting your time being negative. That's all negativity is a waste of time, basically. Not to say that being positive or overly positive is like the best thing, because like fake and toxic positivity definitely exists, and that's also not what I'm trying to portray here on my channel in any type of way, whereas though, it's a positivity, ooh, let's keep going with this, and it's like you're not necessarily genuinely feeling that. But it's like also in the same thing, leaving the past right where it is, that's the biggest thing to staying present. Your point of real power is in present moment. And going back to that is either, doing your work, which is, journaling, going to therapy, getting into community, being around other people who think the same way as you do, who actually uplift you and actually make a difference in your life, as opposed to going and being around things that aren't, in alignment with that algorithm, girl. But yeah, that was a gem. I'm not gonna lie. Might drop the mic. I might drop the mic on that one. But yeah, you live and you learn, and that is one of the that's real. That's a gem right there. You live and you learn. And each day that you wake up is almost like a gift, and it's a opportunity, really, more than anything. Even if you just lay in bed, maybe some days you can't. And well, I won't even say lay in bed. Even if like some days that aren't even feeling the best, it's still an opportunities in some type of way. And um yeah. And another thing I would like to say is success definitely comes from to those who act first. Success goes to the earliest bird, the one who is, responsive, the one who is really ready to step into that identity of success. Success is, I can't even call it a mindset, really. It's a state of actually being in that success before you actually reach that success, before you even reach that success. And it's just like, yeah, it's a mindset, and it comes to those who act on those desires that they want for themselves, as long as you're not hurting anybody or you're not doing anything that's wrong. Having that success for yourself is so, attainable, more attainable than you think. One of my mentors said, he said it best, it's easy. It's all very, very easy. I think it's all easy. And that's kind of like, take that for what it is. Whereas like, our mindset is definitely plays a part in our overall life. It plays a part in how we perceive the world, and put our best foot forward. All you really can do in this day-to-day world is watch YouTube videos, and don't watch too many self-help videos, but watch enough where as though you're able to get the gist of it, and to really build in your own life, as we go into this technological age. We're all just scrolling. Be the one who scrolls and also creates, and also has all of these hobbies outside of just the digital world. That's gonna be the key thing, and that's gonna drive a lot of people to being successful outside of just staying in consumption without creativity. Consumption, but also being creative and creating more than you consume as much as you can is the key to unlocking that for you. So yeah, this video I feel like went into depth about a lot of topics. Please get out of your own way. As they said on, as they used to say on America's Home Improvements, move that bus. Oh man. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Cheers.